No flex. A look at the towering 27-foot statue of William Penn against the skyline of Philadelphia. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. Derrick Rose is out there with Harden. And the big fella inside out of the University of Kentucky, the unbelievably gifted and powerful pivot man, DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Fareed in at the 4. And for the home team, and at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill, the 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. Then there's Rudy Fernandez, and it's Gasol in at the power forward. For 3, Fernandez, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. From 8. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
The defender shouldn't hang his head there. That's just a good shot, plain and simple.
Well, he's a scary guy to go up against just because of how physical he is. He intimidates his opponent. He's going to punish you inside, and you have to be ready physically to play against this guy.
Not only that, but he plays a huge part in their transition game. You know, getting the ball up court in a hurry is his first thought when he gets the rebound in his hands, and he does it very well.
Passes it to Navarro. Back to Gasol. Clock at 6. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach. It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Now let's go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Brooks.
We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra. As a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart, Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
Navarro, he's covered by Gay. And Rubio kicks to Gasol. For 3, Fernandez. And it's Gay with the rebound. 2-for-1 chance here.
Yeah, let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Huey, guarded by Harden. Huey, the pass to Claver. Here's Huey. No one near him. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
Irving dishes to Davis. Not enough on that one as it misses. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Rodriguez goes in with 1 on the clock. And hit. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The away team. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve. Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. Guys, when his class came out, people thought Irving was the clear-cut #1 player, but I don't think anybody saw him taking the league by scoring the way he has. It's almost like he's surpassed all of his expectations already.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Anthony Davis. Ball's knocked loose.
I think he was surprised to see the pass coming his way, and he reacted a little late.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And here's Plumlee. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. And a fun stat for Irving. He's just the 5th player, Steve, in NBA history to tally 3 consecutive 30-point games before his 21st birthday. That's remarkable.
You know, you look at him now at commercials. I mean, the play, the caliber of play. This guy's a rising star.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Arenas is checked in for Ewing. Now here's Calderon. Calderon gets a screen from Reyes. Calderon kicks to Claver. No good on the triple. Thompson right side. The 3 gets it to go. Thompson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Calderon against Irving. Calderon passes to Abrinas. Back to Calderon. Pass to Abrinas. He kicks to Ibaka. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Serge Ibaka, born and raised in the Republic of Congo. We've had African-born players in the league for decades, but it seems that as the league has reached out to develop talent there, the numbers are increasing from that part of the world.
And going back to Ibaka and the growing talent coming from the continent of Africa, Steve, 1 billion people there.
Soccer's still the biggest sport there, but steadily the NBA has made inroads, providing courts and equipment and coaching around the continent. So you would expect more and more players to come to the league from Africa.
Oh, Dang and Mute and Hashim Thabit. We get some notable players in the league from there. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Guys, as you know, the Miami Heat try to keep the plays they run as simple as they can and rely on their talent and teamwork to win them games. But playing like that can present its own kind of problems. Coach Spoelstra said, quote, "The challenge is not getting bored with simplicity. Simple is what works, though, as evidenced by their back-to-back titles, guys."
Well, Doris, sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple. Thanks.
Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
And we can't forget to mention his rebounding now. When you watch him, just keep an eye on the way he battles in the paint when the shot goes up.
And that one misses.
Drummond was really playing extremely well during his rookie year, and all of a sudden showing the promise that scouts saw in him earlier, and then he had the back injury, and that really put a speed bump in his progress.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Andre Drummond. And Fernandez kicks to Gasol. Hits the jumper.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Going back to Drummond, the Pistons training staff had found going into last season that despite his incredible athleticism, he did have some imbalances strength-wise.
That's something that often happens when a player comes out of college. He gets to the NBA, very sophisticated training staffs, and they find ways that players can improve athletically and strength-wise, and that's kind of scary when you're talking about Andre Drummond. I mean, as if he's not already athletic and strong enough.
Gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And the pass to Rubio. He dishes it to Gasol. Fader on the way. And that's collected by Gay. Picked his pocket. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. The away team up by 16.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Welcome to 2K Sports. It's been a great Sunday of basketball so far.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And I'll tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. He really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring. Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Being a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here.
You know, with all of the improvements in medicine and also the advances in rehabilitation after torn ACL surgeries, we've seen a number of players come back to be as good as they were before the injury. Derrick Rose's fans had to be feeling good about what level he would return at when he came back.
Here's Gasol. They grab their own miss. Rubio misses.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Offensive rebound. Here's Rose. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Beautiful reverse. He got his glide on and left the D in the rearview mirror.
Well, back to the ACL repair for Rose Clark. Great to see modern medicine extend players' careers and help them return from those tough injuries. Steve, it's been terrific watching these players come back. We really didn't see Rose last year, certainly. I expect this year he'll be terrific.
Well, it's so great to see Derrick Rose back on the court after missing last season. One of the most explosive, entertaining players in the NBA. A great guy, terrific team leader. The NBA needs Derrick Rose, so fun to have him back.
And that one's good.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Navarro, the pass to Rubio. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Guys, it might surprise you that when James Harden was back in college at Arizona State, he had an influence you might not guess. Former NBA player and coach Doug Collins, who often visited Phoenix. Harden said, quote, "He taught me a lot. He mentored me, told me I had to have a motor. I was nonchalant, just sort of chill. My sophomore year, the reason I came back to college was to learn to build my motor up. He was the reason for that." Guys, always great to have that kind of guidance along the way.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris.
He's really dedicated himself, and we've seen the results on the court.
Rudy Fernandez is checked in for Ricky Rubio. Passes it to Huey. Dishes to Gasol. He feeds it to Fernandez. Drops in the tray. Fernandez has got 5 points so far. 50 seconds left to play here in the third. Back to Cousins. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well done, finishing that one off.
Gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. And Rudy Gay picks up a foul. That's his first foul. .36 seconds left in the third quarter. Fernandez dishes to Gasol. It's Rudy Fernandez on the wing. Connects from three-point range. 8 points for him.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
On deep, Gay. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his third rebound tonight. From the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim.
He would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench, too.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
And you've really got to also admire his steadiness. I mean, no matter what the situation is, he's not going to change his game and risk a drop-off. Very consistent in his approach and production.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Pau Gasol. He hits the second from the line. Being at 36%, they really seem out of sync offensively. Rubio outside. The dish to Fernandez. No good from outside. Gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Harden kicks to Fareed. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Guys, I think Kenneth Fareed was a steal for Denver with the 22nd pick of the 2012 NBA draft out of small Morehead State. His rookie season, he led the NBA in offensive rebounding rate, and he has not let up since.
Kyrie Irving is checked in for Derrick Rose. He's off on the second. And for Fareed, mostly a dunk and putback player offensively, though he has some touch we've seen around the rim.
He's worked hard at it, Kevin, because in college he really didn't show anything beyond 3 or 4 feet, but he's worked on that little 10-foot shot in the lane, and despite his height, he's never going to be a small forward. He's always going to be a power guy battling for position under the board.
Rudy Fernandez at the line for one.
And that one falls for Fernandez. Being an impressive 65% having their way with this defense. Gay, defended by Fernandez. Gay can't get it to go.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And Rubio kicks to Gasol. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And Rubio kicks to Fernandez. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now DeRozan. Connects on the 9-footer.
He has to be concerned with all the missed shots. I mean, it happens to every team, but you have to find a way to keep being productive even when you go through a shooting drought.
He might be trying to tell them to get to the free throw line. You know, all teams go cold at points during the game, but the good teams still find ways to score.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He said, listen, we've come this far. Now we've got to lay it on the line to get a win. I know we can do it. So show them what you got, and let's make it happen. Guys, we'll see if they can do it.
And unable to corral the miss, and it goes on a play. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Irving attacking, and the rejection by Ibaka. An even 3-on-3 break. With the floater, rejected by DeRozan. Navarro, the pass to Fernandez. Second chance shot. No good from Navarro.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
And Fernandez kicks to Rubio. That one a little long.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Fires from 18. They get it back. Here's Fareed. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Claver kicks to Calderon. Claver from past the arc. Kenneth Fareed grabs the board. Now, here is Irving. From outside the arc, and the shot is good.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
From deep. Off the mark. And so the road team gets the W in this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry. And moments ago, the national anthem and the starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. And at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill. The 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. Then there's Rudy Fernandez, and it's Gasol and at the power forward position. And for the home team, Derrick Rose is out there with Harden. And the big fella inside out of the University of Kentucky, the unbelievably gifted and powerful pivot man, DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Fareed in at the 4 spot. For 3, Fernandez. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. And now here comes Gay leading the break, and the dunk by Rose. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
Rubio, the pass to Fernandez. Tries it from 9. And he can't bank that one in.
Well, an interesting revelation regarding Rudy Gay came out recently. I mean, he's had vision issues for years and refused to wear corrective lenses, contacts, or goggles. That might explain why a player with such a great looking stroke would struggle with his shooting percentages from outside.
Now, here's Rubio. After the miss from Fareed, here's Navarro. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Here is Rose. And Clark, you talked about Rudy Gay declined to wear contact lenses. Steve, that doesn't seem to make any sense to me.
Well, there's got to be a good reason for it. And I haven't talked to Rudy about it. But look, I mean, every player has to be comfortable out on the floor. You either wear goggles or wear contacts or don't wear anything at all. I mean, it's, whatever is comfortable, that's the most important thing.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Rose. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
I think when you look at Derrick Rose, fellas, the most intimidating thing about him is his elite speed. But you also have to consider his size. He's well put together, about 6'3", maybe just a shade over 200 pounds. He is a handful when he's coming at you fast with that strong body and explosiveness.
And Rose drops them both. And Clark, you mentioned the size of Derrick Rose. 6'3", not just a speedster, but the combination of quickness and power. I've always thought that, Steve. He goes in there, and he would be a very tough guy to try to stop, and he's got a full head of steam.
No question.
Oh, wow.
He's coming at you with that burst and strength. That's why he's so overpowering as a point guard.
Now, that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and terrific finish.
Navarro, the pass to Rubio. There's the triple. Kenneth Fareed pulls it in. Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shoots it up. Rose, good. Rose has got 6.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
He dishes it to Rubio. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, it's natural to worry about how Rubio would be able to play after tearing his ACL, but, he came back last season and showed he still could create space and drop that perfect pass to a teammate. Boy, he's fun to watch. He's a real magician with the basketball.
Clark, you talked about the impressive recovery of Ricky Rubio, the knee injury. Steve came back better than ever.
Yeah, well, being young helps for sure. The recovery period happens a little quicker. But I think it also showed his great work ethic. He really attacked his rehab, and that bodes well for his future development of his game also.
From down in the low post, it goes. Knocks it loose. And so out of bounds it goes. And they'll keep possession.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Perfect inbounds pass and an easy 2 points.
And that does it for the first quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
That's good. Rodriguez with it. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Gentlemen, even though Damian Lillard won last year's Rookie of the Year award, he didn't rest on his laurels. This offseason, he trained with NBA legend Gary Payton, working almost exclusively on his defense. Lillard said it's a responsibility for him to live up to the great Oakland point guards of the past, adding, quote, Jason Kidd, GP, B. Shaw, Those guys were great defenders. I want to let people see that in Oakland, we lock people up. That's one of the reasons they get the respect they do. I got to play to their level. Kevin, big shoes to fill, but he's off to a great start.
He's surprised a lot of people with how well he's done. Thanks, Doris. And he's good on the second. Here's Rodriguez. Dishes it to Calderon. Back to Rodriguez. A three-pointer off the mark. Fareed with it. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Calderon. And Fareed kicks to Davis. That is good. Here's Rodriguez. 9-point game.
Well, for those of you who've been sleeping or under a rock for the last few years, Anthony Davis, the #1 pick of the 2012 NBA draft, is 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. The all-time NCAA freshman record holder for blocks in the season and a potential superstar big man in the NBA.
Arenas is checked in for Victor Claver. 1:31 left to play here in the half. No one covering. Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Curry dishes to Plumlee. Back to Curry. He kicks it to Thompson. Here's Harden on the wing. The three kept alive. Here's Plumlee. Drops in the short one. Plumlee's got his first points in this one.
Well, he's so dangerous on the offensive glass. You know, well, Clark, what's your expression for it? Glass eater?
That's right. You got it, Steve. A go-and-get-it specialist is another way to look at it. He follows every shot, never assumes it's going in.
And for Davis, outstanding in the NBA from day one.
Yeah, defensively, an elite shot blocker and rebounder, and offensively, very talented as a ball handler and finisher. He just needs to get stronger, and as he grows, as he matures, I think Davis will be a perennial all-star.
Passes it to Rodriguez. Free throw line jump shot. Misses off the left eye.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Davis drives in. Here's Plumlee. Makes it off the glass.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
And here's Calderon. Rodriguez outside. Rodriguez left side. Good D by Harden.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And the first half is now in the books. The home team up by 11.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Sunday action is in full swing, so let's break down
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Yeah, he had a sensational first half, which was made, I think, even more significant given the amount of extra defensive help was paid to him.
Yeah, but for him, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we don't expect anything less. And I'll bet he continues to do the same kind of damage through the final 2 quarters.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, the Thunder are often seen as getting into one another during games in what looks like heated arguments. But that is the culture they want, as every player can hold each other accountable. Coach Scott Brooks described it saying, "I'm with them every day." Did they have some competitive moments? Absolutely. But that's how we work here. We challenge each other. It gets chippy. You can't argue with the results, even if it looks like they are always at each other's throats, guys.
I believe it. Those must make for some good battles, Doris. Thanks. Navarro guarded by Harden. Here's Navarro. Rose with the rebound.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Okay, that's a 2-pointer and some very quick points for him on that possession. Gabe's got his second basket of the game. Being a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here.
You know, one of the things that's really hard to do in the NBA, it's actually one of the hardest things to do in the NBA, is to stay in front of Derrick Rose. I mean, it's not just his burst of speed or his quick first step, but he's got one of the meanest, nastiest, filthiest crossovers in the entire league. Then you add his strength and explosiveness in the air to that, that's lethal.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. 1:46 left in the third. That's good.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Outside Rose. Three-pointer. That's good. Rose has got 11. And for Rose, as he returns from his knee injury, you wonder how that will affect his ability to blow by defenders, which is such a great quality he possessed prior to the injury. Shooting from the outside is solid, but he hasn't been elite to this point in his career with that shot. So there's a lot of unknowns still about his game, and being so young, you expect that.
It's going to be an adjustment, Kevin. I mean, you have to find your confidence after an injury like that. I think he is going to be a better shooter because there was one thing he could work on while he was out. It's that outside jump shot. But we got to give him some time to just get his confidence and find his game again.
Harden kicks to Rose. Shoots the three. Gets it to go. He's got 14.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Rubio, Fernandez, and a miss there on the triple.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question. Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over-anxious that time.
Poke loose. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Cousins. Offensive rebound. Here's Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 7 points.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Ewing. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And here's Harden for 3. Here's DeRozan. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line.
And how about the work last season from the free throw line? He shot about 83%.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
He hits the second from the line. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter.
And they'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Exactly. No need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter.
Back to Gasol. Oh, no good.
The alley-oop is such a fun play to watch, but when it doesn't convert, it's probably the wrong choice.
I guess that makes that one a terrible.
Well, and we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Rose. The finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
No good from Navarro.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
On its way from Irving for 2, and he hits the jumper for 2. Irving's gone 50% so far, 2 of 4 shooting. Navarro, the pass to Rubio. Feeds it to Gasol. Gasol gets the screen from Rubio. Pass to Navarro. There's the dish to Rubio. Into Marc Gasol. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Harden kicks to Irving. Rose takes a three. That's good. Rose has got 19 points.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
The pass to Navarro. It's Rudy Fernandez on the way. Nails the wide open jump shot. Here's Rose. Shoots. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Rose has got 15 points here in the second half. Navarro, he's covered by Rose. The drive by Rubio. He passes to Navarro. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Rose with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Rose double teamed. Irving. Back to Rose. Three-pointer. That drops. Rose has got 24.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. .56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
I'm sure he'd like that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving points at the line.
Thompson outside. This one for three. Offensive rebound. Here's DeRozan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
And you can't talk about him without mentioning his great passing ability. Not just the right pass, not just perfect placement, but excellent timing to spring his guys for the best possible look.
And he sinks the second.
Well, you know what, guys? DeMar DeRozan said he watched a lot of tape of Dwayne Wade working on the low block, learning to pass out of double teams and attack weaker defenders. That's definitely an area he can exploit in his own game.
Abrinas the pass to Calderon. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Ibaka, no luck. Gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Curry with the three, and the shot is good.
Just a little bit more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate the win.
Well, they can already start to celebrate, Steve, and they should let their team hear it. They were good.
Curry with the steal. Soft touch off the glass.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Here's Calderon off target with that shot. And so they get the victory here at home. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
Welcome, basketball fans, to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the away team going up against the home team. And now let's turn it over to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke.
Hello again, everyone. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. They've got Laverne, a big game for this young man, making his NBA debut. Then there's Batum, and it's Diaw in at the 4 slot. And for the home team, Derrick Rose is out there with Harden. And the big fella inside out of the University of Kentucky, the unbelievably gifted and powerful pivot man, DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's DeRozan in at the 4 spot.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Well, his work ethic on the glass is what jumps out at me, guys. He really puts everything he has into his rebounding, and that's something that gives his team a chance to win almost every night.
Yeah, and he's a guy you have to be mindful of. You got to get a body on him. If you don't, he can dominate the game from that position.
Now, here is Harden. To the paint, Lillard. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, James Harden, clearly one of the most potent offensive threats in the game. Can do it all. Pass, shoot with range, get to the rim. He led the league in free throw attempts last season with over 10 a game.
Ball's not loose. Ertl, DeRozan defending. Diaw the pass to Fournier. 5 to shoot. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And Clark, you mentioned Harden, great at drawing fouls. He stays low. He holds the ball low. And when he brings it up, if the defender reaches, he just guides his arms up under theirs to draw the contact. It's a very clever move.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of players over the years do it. Kevin Durant has done it. Tim Duncan before that. Going way back, Sam Perkins used to make that move. It's really a tricky play, and it's tough to guard, but when you perfect it offensively, it's really a weapon.
Andre Drummond's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Now Lillard. Drummond dishes to Lillard. Fires the 3. And that one's good. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Well, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Scott Brooks gave me a couple of minutes to catch up with him. Doing a good job staying tight on their perimeter shooters is something that he wants his guys to focus on. He knows how much this team can hurt you if you give them too much room on the perimeter, and they're determined not to let that happen in this one, gentlemen.
Doris, thank you. Obviously, Clark, the 3 ball is a big concern for any defense.
Well, yeah, it is, Kevin, but the upside is you're not getting broken down in the lane and you're not giving them free throws, but you still have to challenge those shots.
Blocked. Harden. Here's Fournier. Ertl, he's covered by Rose. Ertl, the pass to Laverne, and the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, and it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
And that goes out of bounds, and they'll keep possession. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. It's Jackson with the drive. Rejected by Parsons. Here's Irving. Parsons outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Parsons got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Number 6, covered by Irving. Number 14.
Gordon Hayward.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Parsons on the wing. Launches it. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for Chandler Parsons. And that concludes the first quarter of play. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
And Hayward gets it to go. Number 6, covered by Irving. The shot's good from Gobert. Gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. In low to Cousins. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Steph Curry's checked in for Gordon Hayward.
Stephen Curry.
Number 6, the pass to Gobert.
Rudy Gobert out of France, 7'2", with a 9'7" standing reach. Think about that. You know, at that size, it's like a toy hoop for him. He can just reach up and dunk it practically flat-footed. And, of course, a terrific shot blocker.
He's off on the second. Cousins against Pietrus. And Parsons kicks to Irving. Trains the three-pointer. Irving's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Gobert, a bit of a project. Clark still needs to add some strength.
Yeah, he's around 235 lbs. He'll get pushed around at first, but he can run the floor, finishes over the top with his length, and he rebounded pretty well in Europe, so there's certainly some things to like there.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, a quick turnaround for Jason Kidd from a player to head coach. Many felt he could still be playing if he wanted, but he said, quote, "My biggest fear had always been getting hurt and not being able to leave the game on my own terms." It worked out well for him, and guys, just like his playing days, always thinking a few steps ahead.
You bet. Thank you, Doris. Number 8. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Irving kicks to Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
Fires from 14. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. For the 3. Here's Cousins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
Well, he hit his foul shots at about a 74% clip last season.
That free throw good from Cousins. Both free throws good from Cousins. 35 seconds left in the first half. Number 8 finds himself wide open and drills it. He's got 5.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Outside Curry. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Laverne. Gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. From the baseline. Diao, the pass to her. Some solid defense from Rose. And here's Harden. Launches a 3. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we've reached halftime in this one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Sunday action is in full swing, so let's break down
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A great shot of the William Penn statue, 27 feet tall at the top of City Hall here in Philadelphia as we return. We're seeing a tremendous game from Parsons.
Seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net. You know, this is a trend that's catching on more and more in the NBA, and now DeMar DeRozan can be added to the list. He dips his hands in wax prior to the game, so he has a soft feel of the ball. The paraffin wax, we call it.
Here's Rose, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
And with confidence, 50% from the field so far. With the teardrop, no good from LeBron. And for DeRozan, Coach Casey wants him aggressive, attacking the basket. He needs that soft touch.
Well, DeRozan, yeah, he has to become a better shooter. And as he does, it will make him that much more effective when he's putting up the ball on the floor and getting to the rim, which he's already so good at.
The shot's good from Fournier.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, guys, the Brooklyn Nets going all in this season. With a team payroll of about $100 million, they have an additional luxury tax bill of around $75 million. Guys, the owner's sparing no expense in constructing this roster. But no question, a high burden of expectation for what they'll achieve. It's championship or bust.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris. Fast break. Here they come. By himself. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
.116 left in the third. Harden outside. Excellent D there from Fournier.
That's a shot he's got to hit. I mean, you don't get too many better looks from that range.
And it's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for him.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
He passes to Irving. Stolen by Rose.
I'd like to see them go 2 for 1 here.
I would, too. They need to make this a quick possession and a fruitful one, too.
He's off on the first.
Well, you know, everybody figured that it was going to be Anthony Davis running away with the Rookie of the Year last season, guys, but right from the start, I mean, out of the chute, Damian Lillard showed that he was going to be making a serious push to receive that Rookie of the Year honor.
Well, you talk about the hot start for Damian Lillard. He reached 400 points and 140 assists in 22 games. Only 3 players in NBA history, Steve, have reached that mark in 22 games or less.
It's incredible the way you pull that stuff off the top of your head.
I know.
You know who the numbers, the other players were?
I bet it's some pretty good names.
Yeah, Oscar Robertson, Isaiah Thomas, and Allen Iverson. It's pretty good. I pulled that off the top of my head.
That's lofty company.
Sure is.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. On its way from Hayward for 2. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Batum.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Ertl. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. On its way from Rose for two, and the jumper is good.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Thing has been just great so far, up at 56%. And Fournier kicks to Jackson. Pass to Ertl. He dishes it to Fournier. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Jackson. Now, here is Harden, defended by Fournier. Here's Drummond. It's blocked, and he recovers it. Gets it to go.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when the rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Stolen by Harden. Rose kicks to Cousins. Stops. Pops. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
That free throw, no good. Gobert, he's checked in for Laverne. No luck that time either. Now Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Stolen by Harden.
They're losing their concentration here, guys. Some sloppy play going on right now.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in a row for them. That's a recipe for disaster.
Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Yeah, it has been. Neither team able to create any significant separation so far.
Steve?
Yeah, that's right, guys. The lead has now changed hands 5 times.
Dion, the screen. Here's Ertl. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that.
Those dishes to Cousins. Irving for 3. Gets it to go.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
Ertl, who's covered by Irving, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Fast break, here we go. Some solid defense from Boris Diaw. Thing has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Here's Ertl, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Lets it go from deep. Irving misses. 55 seconds left in the fourth. It's stolen by DeRozan. And oh, here we go. DeRozan, nobody back.
Up high and down hard. That's
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
DeRozan's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Batum attacking. With the lead pass. Connects. And he has brought them to within 2 points. What a difference in this crowd right now, Clark.
Yeah, they're breathless, nervous, and quiet.
Yep, it is quiet time, Clark. You got that right. That was a huge shot.
We've got 28 seconds left in the game. From deep three-point range, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
Laverne, he's checked in for Gobert. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws go down and the lead goes up.
The visitors with the ball. He feeds it to Diaw. There's the triple. Here's Laverne. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like he got there.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Jackson hits both of them. Here's DeRozan. Harden inside the three-point line. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Here's Laverne. And so they get the victory here at home. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Chandler Parsons.